G'day everyone, this is part 4 of building a track from scratch and we're gonna get stuck straight into it. So just recapping what we did last lesson, we looked at the intro, we built some musical vehicles as I call them, or elements, which are these purple ones here, and we arranged them to build up some intensity for the first drop. And we also started working on the break, which was going to include a lot of these sounds as well, as you can see. And I had plans to work on these middle parts, but we didn't quite get there after the hour and a half. So we're going to do that today, and we're going to start fleshing out some more basses and phrasing all of these sounds and do some psychedelic sound design, and yeah, just smash out this bit up until the simmer. And that's what we're going to focus on. Might take me, it's probably going to take me 2 lessons, and you know, I'm going to aim to try and finish this whole thing in 3 more lessons, and that would still be a record for me writing a song. Usually I can sit on this stuff for a long time, but without further ado, let's get straight into it. And we're going to begin by just listening to what we've got so far. Okay, cool. So I would say that we still need to flesh out a little bit more here. And you can see that I've done a few things in between there. There was this little bass that I added here. And because there's no kick drum in this part, well, there is, it's just not side chaining very much. And it was quite loud. So I put a kickstart on there on quarter notes so it would pump and behave as I want it to. We're actually going to chuck an EQ on the end of this just because it still feels a little bit loud to me, and we can play around with the low cut, and this might make it fit in the mix a bit better. Yeah, that's cool, but I'm very happy with this intro. I think it just needs a few more glitchy sound effects, which we'll get to. I opened up a vital and a sound design for future ideas of doing that, and I've put just some MIDI clips in, so I know that I need to fill them out in the future. All right, so yeah, so we'll actually do that now. I there's always 100 things that I want to do. I get ideas, and it might even be a good thing for you to note down as well. So one of them, um, another idea that I would like to change is just having a bit more variation this uh in this melodic idea. So we're just going to chuck something in real quick now, and it just has to be a little variation. It was repeating the same little idea, which is fine, but I would prefer to have a little bit more variation in it. Yeah, so that's perfect. We just needed to pitch some little octaves up there because I really love this technique. Like, you have such a large register of octaves to work with, and I love this real slidey kind of sound. Because this has glide on it. It should have glide. And if it doesn't, yeah, we're going to move it up actually. Yeah, so it sounds nice at 16 milliseconds, which is quite small. Oh, nice. And there is another bit crush idea here, and we're actually going to boost that up, but just so for some more textural change. Cool. So, okay, so the concept that we're going to work with today when filling out the phrasing for these basses is essentially, you can imagine that this is a puzzle. And yes, we are going to layer sounds when we think that they're not sitting strong enough in a mix, but we don't want too many layers that it's going to be convoluted. So I'll show you what I mean by that. We'll go through this, and I'll hear for some of the... We're looking for the gaps in between these, basically. So we know that there's a gap here. Okay, so there's not a gap there. The guitar's playing. But we're looking... We do want to have space in our songs, because space is an incredible element to include. So it's up to you to find the balance between the space and, you know, the sounds that you're introducing. So I think we want to begin here, but let's listen to the flow once more, and I'll find the gaps where I'm going to add some more sounds. So one of them is here. I think I want to sound in this part here. Actually, just here, just that bit, I think could benefit from some kind of glitch sound. Just to add a bit more tonal variety. And yeah, I will do a big sound design session creating some of this stuff, but for this part, I just want something... Okay, nice. So let's reverse this and just fade it in. what we're going to do is another technique. We're going to put a cluster delay on there. You can put any delay on there. I'm basically going to find something with a crazy delay tail, and we're going to introduce the dry and wet in a later point. So we're going to have the dry and wet off. Let me just get this button so we can automate it. There's a lot of power in just changing the dry and wet of things. So you can imagine that this effect is existing on this layer, but we're not hearing it until we introduce the dry and wet. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm after. I just didn't like the set the kind of delay. Okay, so it's just going to take a little bit of time to really find the right kind of style that we want. We don't want these, maybe like some kind of space could be really nice. Yeah, okay, something like that's nice. Yep, I'm hearing some space for some little perky guys in there. Do we have a drums group? We do. That's nice. Yep, right here would be a really nice little conga lick, I think. Because a friend sent me a track last night and I listened to it. And it just had really great percussion in it. And I was like, hell yeah, like I barely put any like percussion in this song, so we're gonna find something to fit it. We want a conga lick. Like some kind of rhythmic hit on it, not a groove. I didn't think it would be this hard to find a like just something really simple. All of these are one-hit sounds, and we don't want that. We just want a some kind of conga lick or fill. No conga fill. Maybe bongo fill. Might be a bit better. This is the one. Yeah, so we're gonna we're not gonna use all of this. We just want to like 3 hits. Okay, so the tuning of this is just okay. I don't like it. We're gonna find another one. Okay, this is sounding a bit better. What's this on? 120. Yeah, okay, this can work. Yes, this can work. Sounds pretty dry. So we're going to chuck this Pro R on there. And the thing is, like, because we've included this, it's not just going to be like the one bongo hit throughout the whole song. That's, we can put some of these other ones in here as well. Okay, so I actually want a bigger reverb on this, and I've got this longer side-chained one here, so we're just going to crank that up for the final hit. Okay, so the issue is with this reverb is you can't turn it off. You see, I want that reverb tail to finish here because I want it out of the mix. And so that's the downfall of using returns. So nowadays, a lot of the time I'm actually just copying this in here. Yeah, we want that off. We want this on. We want to be able to adjust the dry and the wet. And we want this hit. Okay, so this should be it. Cool. So you can hear that we have this reverb on that final hit. We're actually just going to make it right on here, make it a bit more precise. Yep, and this one is quite cool too. Yep, and that one can go here actually. No. This one's really nice. Okay, so I actually want less of the bongo. I'm quite pedantic with what I'm wanting here, which is fine. We might even go for some smaller. We've introduced the bongo here. deciding how dry or wet I want this particular sound. Yeah, okay, cool. So we're going to have this leading into some other percussive kind of thing going on. Let's actually go into E minor and find some atmospheres that we can sweep and chop up in audio, because I've done a lot of designing using synths in this, and, you know, I've adjusted presets. And the thing is, you can do so much just with audio. So we'll see what we can find. And, yeah, just... Okay. I'm very intrigued to see if this moody chord could potentially fit in here. And yes, it can. It's definitely a fusion of sounds. Our song's quite mystical, but because this is the chord 1, like an E minor of our song, it might work. Yeah, no, I like it. We're going to put even more texture on it. And erosion is great for this. Like, if you want texture, it's a highly used audio effect, but it has cool results. And you could go really deep into this. We could find an E on our... So I'm looking over here, by the way. So I'm going to find an E. There's one at 2.6. That's a bit too low. There's one at 10.8. So this would be resonating at an E as well. Okay, cool. I want this a little bit wider. So we're going to chuck our Haas on there. And that should be a nice little... We might even cut out this first kick here. And put some kind of bass there to build some anticipation. I love taking out the first kick of a... I guess an 8-bar loop or 16, like you can do it anywhere. But this is because we're expecting, this is the most expected beat to have, the one beat. You know, people are like, oh, that's the one. Well, hopefully they can count the one, otherwise they shouldn't be listening to music. And if we take that away, if people are really digging your tunes, they'll pay attention to it. And they'll be like, yeah, I really like how you took some of the beats away. And it's a great technique to just break up your tune a little bit. You know, I guess you can have techno or trance music where there's 0 changes in the kick drum. And it's kind of like, I guess that would be more hypnotic. The less change you have would be more hypnotic, because you're minimizing the amount of change and people are really getting drawn into it. But I think, for me anyway, I have to be in the right headspace listening to that kind of music. And for me, it's more interesting to have change. So we're going for more change here. We can even look at, what is this? I have a bunch of racks that I've made over the years, and I don't know, let's have a look at some of them. Or I've collected certain bases. So I don't even know if I made this base. Flesh Eater, probably, with a name like that. Okay, so yeah, let's see what this sounds like. It might just be a donk, which is not gonna work. Oh god. It's too high. It's pretty dope. It's pretty cool. Like, what is that? I can work with this. We're gonna filter this up to have it more sucky. Yeah, nice. That's pretty cool. What's going on here? It sounds good with both of these. Like, we'll just keep it on there for good riddance. We're just gonna chuck a final Pro Q on there because I feel like I can't hear the sub in this. It's probably because this giant peak is taking away from it. So sometimes if you see like one of these other harmonics higher than your sub, it's, you know, obviously going to change the tone, but if one of these higher harmonics is above your fundamental harmonic in the low end, it's probably going to reduce the amount of sub that we perceive. Yeah, you see, I boosted this and I took down this, and I can hear that sub really present there now. What's an E? F is 44 hertz, so an E might be around 40. Let's just go with that. And we might want some sizzly shit on this, which is a good time for erosion. And you can do the same thing, actually. You know how we had an EQ, and we were like, oh, where's an E? This was a technique from Culprit, actually. So 10.7, whatever, around there. But we can get white noise and have the hertz of it, and maybe it will vibrate. Oh, that's right. We needed one more thing. It doesn't matter what frequency you put the white noise on because it's white noise, but he modulates white noise using an auto pan at a certain frequency rate, which is pretty mind-blowing. Like, I don't know how people come up with this stuff. So yeah, how does he do it? I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to figure this out. Like, let's go 10 800 here, and so because the rate is on an E, it might actually pitch the white noise. What am I doing? I want to EQ the white noise. We're gonna have to make another layer, and yeah, whatever. We're just gonna chuck this on the end, and then we're gonna have an EQ after it. Like, forget about all the rest. We're just gonna cut all of the lows out, so we're only left with the white noise. I don't think that's even doing anything. Okay, so I want more fuzz. Where'd all the fuzz go? Okay. Why can't we hear that? Strange. Okay, well, it's going it's going on the end then. Oh, that's right. Ah, cool. So before the auto filter, it's nice. We might want to chuck an OTT on the end. And you can see how easily you can just get sucked into designing a sound. I just want crispier highs. So like we can, oh God, we've lost it all. Let's just see what, no. Okay. Okay, so the sub's way too loud now. Let's just chuck a trash on. I still want to bring out more of the highs, and I'm deciding how to go about it. Multiband distortion is also a great thing to do. And especially with this one, we can click multiband and we have it all available here. Okay, that's kind of cool. Ooh. Okay, let's just keep it at that. Okay, because we took out the first beat here, the sub's not playing anymore. Okay, but that's kind of nice. I actually think it could be cool bringing this in at like on the second beat. Yeah, nice. And we could have we could even have some more little percussive fill stuff here. So we're just going to go into fill because I'm feeling lazy and I just want to find something with okay, so even something like that could be really cool. Wow. Oh. Yeah, okay, nice. So we've got some gritty. We We might even have one more little fill kind of thing. It could be really nice just having this instead. Let's have a look. Okay, no. Let's just play. I think this is way too loud. Yeah, okay, we could go 16th notes and do some envelope work on this. We can go Command 1 and chop these up, and we could fade some of this stuff, might be nice. Just for a bit more rhythm. Yeah, cool. Okay, nice. So yeah, we've almost filled out these two and we're moving into this Atmos build, which is cool because we already have a pad and we can add the atmosphere directly in there. Continuing on with fills, I would like to find some more just to fit into this little part here. And I'm a big fan of these Vengeance Essential House. Okay, that could be nice because we don't really have any phased textures in our song. So let's chuck that in. We're going to crush this to reduce the dynamic range. Okay, I want some kind of percussive reverbed sound. Okay, this could be cool. Yeah, right here. Where's all my stuff? All right. I actually just want a clap sound there, to be honest. That one wasn't really cutting through the mix. Yep, this could be nice. The reason the sound's not coming out is because it's in the bass group, so we're just gonna have to move that guy down. Into the drums. Oh god, now it's way too loud. Okay, so this is already the great thing about the Vengeance House stuff is they're just top quality samples, really. I got one of this I got these packs when I first started producing, and legit I still use them now. Like they're fantastic. And what's crazy about this is we haven't even really done any psychedelic sound design yet. We've just been using some samples and some synth stuff. So cool, let's go into making some crazy shit. Maybe we can make some squelchies, even though I feel like they're just hyper overused by now. I know that the whole psytrance genre is based on built from certain sounds, but I get bored of them. What are we gonna do? All right, we're gonna do some square wave things. Analog, basic, square. Whoa. We're gonna do some LFO shapes. To get some different I guess sounds, you could say. Where is this? Oh, it's on the mix. Remove, putting it on the filter. We could put this on the what's this one? Hold on a sec. Okay, that's just a tune. Yeah, let's check it on this one. Okay, so that could be something. Oh, we're getting loud. We're gonna try some filters and get some more vocally stuff. Okay, we'll chuck this guy in somewhere. Here is a nice little piece of space. Doesn't really make sense at all. Play around with this filter a little bit. Actually, we're gonna have this longer. We're gonna have it go all the way here, and we're gonna chuck an auto pan on here. We're going to put this on 12, and we are going to increase this to 100 per can. And cool, let's put a delay on that. Sometimes this is just what you got to do, yeah. Chuck whatever you see and make something happen, you know? With not too many regrets about it. Okay, cool. Okay. I need some help from the reference track because I'm getting lost. Okay, cool. That's all I needed. We just want a drone. He's got this, which is nice, and we're just going to take our pad from somewhere. Oh, here we go. Atmos, this is atmospheric. He's got some nice basses in there too. We're probably going to have to add some more. Let's have a listen to ours. Yeah, we'll be nice. We're going to have more basses and donks in this area. This is kind of like a melodic little section, which is cool. And when we get to this point, we're going to add some donkey basses that are going to add a bit more low-end punch to our mix. And I think the contrast between these two will be nice. Okay. There's nothing going on here. I mean, I'm wondering why we can't hear it very well. Okay, cool. I really like this fill. And to get the punch, everything cuts out. So ciao, tails. Hold up. We just need to remove that. And this is going to turn off here, and then we have a nice little glitchy fill. Okay. Command 1, and we can halve all of these. And I think this one wants to turn off as well. I believe there's a big reverb going there. Yeah, okay, nice. And there's a little hi-hat playing. Yep, nice one. So that's cool. We just want one more little... Ah, we're over here. Yeah, so we want one more kind of textural sound that is going to grow over this time and then stop. Probably right here. Yeah, that's good. We want to remove the delay off this one. We're going to take the auto pan off. Honestly, like, I should have just restarted the whole patch. Vital. Vital. We're going to go for the Glork Glunk. There were more of these. They've all disappeared somewhere, but whatever. Squish Flange. We're going to get this. We're going to filter the sound in and up, and it's going to be a high-pitched, sorry, not auto pan, I want auto filter. So it's going to filter up over time. It's also going to evolve over time by using the wavetable position. And, you know, we can do whatever we want for this. As long as there's some change, it's going to be dry, I think. And we're also going to pan this to add some spectral dimension to everything. And let's have a listen to what we got. Okay, it's too low. Is that too high? We'll find out. Okay, so I don't like this harmonic. No. Sorry, this is really getting out of control. Yeah, that could be cool. Let's make sure we turn this thing off at the right point. Okay, I don't like it. How surprising. So I feel like it's just too resonant, and I have a better idea. I think I'm after something more textural, and I know that Minimal Audio have some really great samples for this stuff. And we're just gonna get something from here, honestly. Where are we? Here we go. Textural mutations. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, this could be nice. Flip it and reverse it. And sick, we're done. We're probably gonna EQ the lows out of this. We shouldn't have to, no, we're not going to sidechain this one, because this is just gonna be a texture of the top creating tension. Yeah, okay, that's really nice, and that's heaps better. Sometimes that's just go the easy way. Be like the water with the least resistance, you know? We're gonna transpose this thingy. Maybe like we'll go to 12 and see if that's giving us a bit more tension. I mean, I don't even think it sounds like it's going up pitch. Okay, that's going too high. It's getting quite glitchy, and it's already quite glitchy. Actually, I think it was working best at 12. So let's just put it at 12 semi. And so this should be pretty good. And we just want to have a couple more glitch sounds here. So let's go into glitch, and actually I should have some sound design stuff that I designed. Let's go into some things I've created. Well, that's fucking cool. We should chuck some of that in later. The Neuro Chop. Okay. And we just have to pitch it down one. Oh god. Probably not in this song, actually. I must have lost all of my sound design, which happens, and I'm not too fussed about it because I'll just do it again. So, where are we? Not up to the motive yet. That's going to be our donkey part. Oh, here. Oh, here. Okay, what I don't like is that the volume was going down, and it was kind of like, it's kind of ruining the build. Cool. Let's go for some glitchy stuff. They're really nice. I think it was this one I liked. Whoa. No, it was not. But I do like this little glitch here and staying there. So you can stay, buddy. Yeah, this one could be really nice. Let's try a layer these. Whoa, there's way too much going on, and I'm killing my ears doing that. What we could do is, because it's not making it the whole way to the end, we can change the pitch of this. And just make this fit so it sounds like it's falling onto that beat. Okay, that's great, actually. Okay, so this is quite loud. We also need to EQ this into the mix a bit better. Yep, cool. Okay, that's cool. Maybe we'll have like an impact or something. Okay, so it would make sense for us to include what they've done. They've done like a little bass. So they've begun riffing on this new bass sound that's going to come in for that section. And it would make sense for us to do something similar, because that's actually a great idea. They've introduced this bass sound here at the end of the film. And you can hear it. It's probably going to come at... Yeah, so they've got it at the end of every phrase now, which is a really nice idea. So they introduced it here in the film. And we're going to make a new bass, because we need one. We always need more basses, don't we? So let us continue. Well, actually... We're going to have ours every second. So we're going to have our bass there. What are we going to build this with? We're going to build this with Serum. And it's kind of going to be a little fart. Okay, let's how are we going for time? Okay, cool. So we're gonna hopefully we've got 20 minutes left, and I'm gonna get as much as I can done. Just had a stroke there. Sounded like Joe Biden. Okay, so we obviously want something more digital sounding. Yeah, kind of. Okay, this could be cool, but just with, you know, something else on the top here. So 1 octave above, and we'll pick another digital table. Maybe we can add thirds to it. I wonder if this has the harmonic series in it. That's what I would love. Oh, there it is. Thank God. So this is pretty much the tone I'm looking for. I've touched on this before, and it's basically FMing a sine wave. So you're getting all these different cool harmonic results, and we're just going to sweep through this wavetable position until we find the right one. So that's in tune with our song. And it's actually not what I want still. That's actually quite nice. We just need to rip this thing through some distortion, I think. No. Okay, so this could be cool. Let's see. I don't like it. There's some kind of thing that's missing tonally, and I'm not really sure what I'm aiming for. Oh, okay. So it sounds a lot. This sounds a lot. Okay, that's a bit better. Let's chuck some M saturator on it. And this should thicken it up. Okay, nice. And we're also just going to chuck in a Pro Q so we can have a look at the harmonics. It feels like there's a bunch that are missing. Maybe it's just because this one's really prominent in it. Okay, so no, I really like that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Maybe it could even be like an octave lower. Okay, so definitely not. We could try pluck this dude. Interesting. Yeah, I like it plucked more. Yeah, that's sounding a lot better now, and I'm pretty happy with that. What did we do? We said it was 10,800. Yeah, okay, nice. So that's on an E note now, so it should be should be working with the song in some kind of nice harmonic way. And we want some more, that's right, we want more donks over here. But I think this is a nice section to, we're going to introduce one new bass here. We're going to obviously scatter these ones in and out of this part as well, but I want to introduce some new sounds, and for this new motif it's going to have a nice bass donk there as well. So let's go into Serum, and we'll go into my Serum Psy folder, and we should find something that we can adjust and make really usable here. Maybe if this was on. Well, that is not a... That's actually fantastic, straight from the bat. Yeah, nice. This actually might be the pluck that we introduce in this new motive. Could be cool. Where is this? The LFO rate, is that on the WUB speed? Sped, brah. Let's remove that. Okay. What we're gonna do is, before we make any changes to this, so let's put that back where it was. Okay, so that's really nice. This is going to be called the OG, and we're going to call this variation. And we can go on envelope. Oh, I see. Let's take this envelope up. We want it to repeat. We want it to repeat, so we've got to use an LFO. I just forgot what this envelope is actually on. Okay, let's go back into it again. What was this on? It was on the filter cutoff. Oh, and the resonance. Okay, cool. Filter cutoff. Okay, so it's gone that way. No, that is very nice, and we want this on free so we can... I would like to make this a bit tighter. Maybe this is fucking it up. Okay, cool. So that's getting in the ballpark now. New motive. We just need to get the... We need to take the sub frequencies out of it, and it actually sounded really nice with that reverb on there. Even though it's quite overwhelming, we can readjust it. And this random is making it a bit unpredictable. I want to see if it's got something on the pitch envelope, because it sounds like it's getting very clicky on the top there. Okay. All right. Okay, that's kind of annoying that we still get this click happening. Maybe it has to turn off earlier for that not to happen. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It might be the reverb or something. But we just had to turn this off so it cuts off quickly and cleanly. Okay, so that's really nice there. And we're going to groove on this. We're going to have some kind of cool groove, and that's going to go here for the future. And we're probably going to introduce a bunch of these back. That can come back. That's a really, really nice bass, and we definitely want to include that a bit more around. So... we can sweep into this guy. Just want to have a look at this. I feel like one of the octaves could go down on this. That's helpful. That is not helpful. Maybe you can go down 2. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's doing it. It's very subtle. I actually think it sounds better just that one. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to leave that there. I think we got a lot done. It's a long process, as you can see, but I think we're making really good speed, and there's a lot of good ideas there. I'm super happy with how this song is turning out, and I'm glad that I get to capture the whole process for you. And we'll continue this next lesson.